Hi. This is another photograph I took this morning. Took this one probably about I don't know, 10:30, 10:45 on our weekly bike ride with some friends, old friends, should I say. Average age is about 69. There's usually 5 of us, only 3 of us this morning. And this is part of Morden Hall Park, all part of the Wandle Valley water system. It's a lovely park, very, very historical. But this part of it is called the Wetlands, because for obvious reasons it's very boggy. So what we've really got lots of reeds, bulrushes, this lovely tree here and some trees now denuded of most of their leaves. There's still some autumn leaves on this one here. And a bit of greeny scenery background. So really it's making a painting out of what on the surface of it is sort of a nothing picture. It's not quite, camera's not quite straight, but I'll straighten it up. Ignoring the pylon, the electricity pylon in the background. So there we are. Quite different from yesterday's trip to the Lake District, to Buttermere. And I think I mentioned the haystacks in the distance yesterday. Well, it's actually, I call it giant haystacks, but it's not haystacks. Giant haystacks was a so-called wrestler many years ago. Right, no drawing, we go straight into it. Wet in wet, there's the palette, lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, light red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey and burnt sienna. Lovely colour to use for autumn scenes. Now I'll just swap my towel over because that's quite wet. My wife washes these for me. All bits of towel, face panels that have seen better days. Okay, so we'll wet the paper. It's Fabriano, £130. Helps the paint to flow, especially on cheaper papers like this one. It's good paper though, but good for what we're using it for. Okay, it's 15 inches by 11. Right, now the sky today, no blue sky. It was all very overcast and a bit rainy during the evening, well the night, last night. Quite a bit of rain, it's raining now. But we were dressed for the occasion, so we don't worry about that. It's the ice that in the pouring rain we can't cycle in. We're too old for that sort of thing anyway. We don't have to go back to our wives in bits. Right, so a bit of Payne's grey, a bit of alizarin, a bit of ultramarine. Nice bit of ultramarine. So, see if we can get a good lot of paint on there. Coming down to the horizon. Okay, then we'll have a bit more cloud shadow in there. Right, that's good enough for a sky, for the winter sky. I love painting skies, and with wet in wet, you never know quite what's going to happen. It's good if I was using an expensive paper, I could paint more like Morden Hall to these lovely skies. But I like doing these Ron Ransom type skies using the Hake, the 2-inch Hake. Marvellous brush. Right, I'm going to dry that off a bit. So take your headphones off. Harry is behind me. He's sitting on the. He just climbed onto my pile of YouTube demos. Right, headphones off. Okay, I don't want it bone dry, I just want to take the shine off so I can crack on with the painting. Right, now, bit of greeny colour in the background, so greeny blue, bit of sienna in there. Okay, so this is just a bit of background. Don't paint anything exact, I'm not making a portrait of anything. I'll go over the top of this with some of the trees without leaves on. This is just the background. Got a big tree going in there. Get it fairly level. Bigger ones. Going uphill. Let's put some bit of dark shadow under that. Harry's climbing on the paintings. I've got a large sort of desk behind, not a desk, table, collapsible table. He's under there. I use that as a storage for a lot of my paintings, my heavier paintings, the oils and. Right, let's just get into that. Okay. Right, that'll do. While that's drying, I'll go underneath that with some bit of burnt umber, just a little bit of burnt umber. Not, don't want it thick or anything. I want it to show, but. Just leave a bit of light on the top of this. This is the top of the glass. Excuse me. Oh, I've got a bit of a cold. Bit of alizarin. Oh dear. Right, okay, that's the top of the ball brushes. We'll go darker than that in a minute. Right, I'm going to put this greeny colour in now. And a kind of darker green in there. Bit of burnt umber, bit of Payne's grey, bit of lemon yellow. Well, I'll go over that in a minute with some heavier stuff, but I don't want it too merging in there. Right, let's go and just put some other trees back here. Look, I could use my lovely sables for this. And I can do some filling with some trunks and things. All very gentle. Okay, and a big one over the other side. Right, okay. That'll do. I can't see many light bits on that horizon, but I'll put some in just to show Willie. Right, now I'm going to texture this foreground now. So I'm going to go fairly light. I'm going to carry on with that colour throughout, I think. Then I can go over with some darker. This is just the underpainting. Bit of red, I think. The sienna. Bit of water. That comes sort of down into the green, into the grassy areas. Shadow. And good darks in there. Well, I'll wait for that to dry off a little bit before I put those darks in, but this just takes a load of that. But I'll have to, I think I'll do that when no, let's do it now. My nail. Okay, now the greens. It looks like they had a fire in parts of this, but I'm not going to put it in. It'd be hard to sort of justify it and say what it actually is. Alright, quickly, let's get this in. And we put some darker bits in that. Reclip it. While that's drying, I'm going to use the rigger and just, oh, that's got to, that's not dry enough yet. I'm just going to put in some of my little distant sure your finger doesn't go in, or your knuckle doesn't go into the wet paint and end up in the sky. Put some darker bits in there. I'll strengthen up the horizon a bit, it's a little bit weak. This is an exercise of painting bags of damn orders, whoever Weston would say. Remember when somebody said to him, I did meet him once, he demonstrated for us He was in an art club years ago. He's dead now. And somebody said he was doing all this sort of stuff, well, what he was doing. And somebody said, well, it's all been done before. And he said, well, not by me, it hasn't. Well, it's all been done before, but not by me. So there you go. That was his answer to modernism. Okay, right, let's blow my nose again. Excuse me. Too much water on the bottom of the sheet there, so I'll just dry that off. Take your headphones off. Right, now I want to strengthen up this clump of, or this large tree here with, it's still got its summer coat on. A bit insipid. Right, nice and dark in there. That's too strong. That's better, I should have done that in the first place. Okay, we've still got this big tree to put in, so I'll try to get the shape of it, just a grey, a warm grey. Right, I've got some, just a bit of that background behind that tree. Let that dry a bit. Right, now we're going with the dark. The umbery, ready umber. The hake is split, so it's giving this impression of lots of grasses and rushes. Okay, now let's just lift out some. Well, it looks okay. I might put a bit of gouache light in there. Right, so we've got the nice grassy over the just a mishmash texture. I'll put some dark sort of colour in there. Okay, so we've got some sort of like seed heads on the top of some of this, but it looks like it anyway. So we'll put those in. They probably won't show when they're dry, but anyway. Then further up back there we've got the dark brown of the bulrushes, or the heads of the bulrushes. Don't think I'm going to make a good job of that with the hake, but I'm only painting more or less what's there. Okay. Now let's so I'll show some of these as individuals. Some of these are sort of wind flattened or fox flattened. I don't put too many in. Okay, we'll let that go there. Now while that's drying off, I'm going to try to do this tree here. So I'll do that with the hake. Well, mostly with the hake. So it's dark, it's silhouetted, so we just have a bit of blue, a bit of brown. And it comes up from here. And it sort of goes up, and they're quite thin branches. And then it's quite hard with hake. You can't always see where the brush is going to drop onto the paper. And come in, let's use the rigger for some of this. I've got a little bit of the water pooling at the bottom of that. Right. So we've got I'm not going to put them all in, just to give an impression. Your eyes or your brain will complete it. Some behind. Right, there's none on there really. They wouldn't show. They're still covered mostly with leaves. Tree on the left, or trees. Right, okay. I'll just let's just lose that bit of greeny, browny. Okay, now I'm going to use some gouache now, my gouache palette. This was my original watercolour palette, or tray. So a bit of ochre. It's almost petrified now. By mixing it with some of the probably won't show it. This will dry sort of blend into the background. I'll put a few in. Some catching the light, such as it was this morning. Right, so I'm going to let that go, I think. What does it look like on the screen? Oh, that's all right. Right, I'll sign it and put it in a mount. And I watched Stevens this morning. He did one straight from the photograph. It's always a challenge. The thing with painting with photographs is the tendency to paint what you see literally, rather than make a painting of what you're seeing. This is the problem I had with the Lake District one yesterday. It's very hard not to be literal when you're faced with a lovely photograph. And you forget to put yourself in it. You're so busy putting what's there that I don't think I've fallen into that trap with this one. I've tried to make a painting of it rather than a copy of a photograph. Right, let's use this mount here. Don't look until I'm ready. Okay. Oh, if I go a bit higher, then the foreground becomes secondary. All these clips are so hard. Oh, I've lost my big hands now. And doing these clips is quite challenging. Right, so there we are. That's as far as I'm going to go with it. I'll show you the photograph again. Let's enlarge it. So there it is. Oops. Now if I was editing these in the old Windows Movie Maker, I could put all these in as parts of the actual film. But because I'm not using Windows Movie Maker, I'm just using a camcorder where I can't pause. I have to compress the files to make them quicker to upload. Oh, well, there we are. So Morden Hall Park, Wetlands, Morden Hall Park. I just want to just that up there a little bit. That's just a bit even there. Lovely. Right, thanks for watching. Bye bye.